Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2018 VRC World Championship for 10-scale nitro sedans. We are getting set to go here in this one. We got a full field of drivers all lined up, getting set to go. Joshua Berman, your top qualifier. After qualifying, we are off and underway. Berman going to be leading us out here in this one. Junior in the number 2 spot, Kevin Bacon in the 3 spot, Graham Raystrick in that number 4 spot, and Ben Gason starting out your top 5 here in this one. We saw a lot of these drivers in previous VRC World Championship races, our 8-scale sports car race, several of them right there together. Of course, Kevin Bacon on the last lap of 8-scale taking the win. Can he do it again here and take it away from Berman again, or will Berman redeem himself? We're going to have to find out here in this one. A 45-minute race ahead of us, and already some close racing here in the middle of the pack. We're looking at Oliver Munier as he works his way back around onto the right-hand side. You can see Joshua Berman out to a lead here, 1.3 seconds ahead of Kevin Bacon already. Graham Raystrick up to the number 3 spot. Ben Gason in the 4 spot, Andy Chetty in the 5 spot now, I should say. There we're looking at Oliver. See working his way around in the number 6 spot, trying to chase down right now Andrew Chetty as they work their way back around on the right-hand side. Kevin Bacon, he's got company coming up behind him to come around on the left-hand side here. Berman, Bacon, Gason, Raystrick, Crowell, Munier, your running order here in this one. Andrew Chetty, Lalani, and Gaudier. Kevin Bacon going a little bit wide there. That's going to allow Ben Gason up at the number 2. No, that's Graham Raystrick up at the number 2 spot now. So Raystrick taking over the second place spot away from Kevin Bacon. Back around on the left side, they go through the switchbacks. You can see 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all right there together. Berman out to a 2-second lead here. So Kevin Bacon trying to hold strong in 3rd. He's got Gary Crowell coming up behind the number 4 spot. Jumping to the front of the pack here. Joshua Berman out front, the yellow and a white car, black wheels. He is trying to check out early on here in this one. Graham Raystrick in the number 2 spot. You can see Raystrick trying to put a little bit of gap between himself and Bacon in 3rd. Crowell in 4th. Andrew Chetty in 5th. They come back around the line there down the backstretch. Raystrick out front, I should say out front of this pack. Joshua Berman out front of this race right now. 2.7 seconds ahead of this pack right here. Graham Raystrick, his fastest lap so far in 18.9. So dipping down in the 18-second lap range early on here in this one for Raystrick. He's going to be 2.9 seconds back from your race leader. Look at this battle we got going on behind him here. Kevin Bacon, he is having to fight hard. I believe Gary Crowell now jumping up to the number 3 spot, if I'm not mistaken. Crowell in the pink and white. Andrew Chetty going to be right there with him as well. Here comes Joshua Berman back around to the front side, your race leader. Raystrick still in 2nd. Andrew Chetty up into 3rd now. So that was Andrew Chetty in the pink, I should say. Kevin Bacon in the number 4 spot. Crowell in the 5 spot. Gason in the number 6 spot. As we take a time shift, 25 minutes into this one, it is now Joshua Berman still out front. Oliver Munier up in the number 2 spot now. And there's Graham Raystrick in the 3. Kevin Bacon in the number 4 spot. Ben Gason in the 5. We're looking at Kevin Bacon here. He qualified 3rd. Of course, in the beginning of this race, he was in that intense battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now he's finding himself in the number 4 spot, chasing down Graham Raystrick. There's Oliver right now in the pink and white yellow wheels. Driving the X-Ray NT1 as he works his way through the switchback section there in the number 2 spot. Last time by the line, he was 2.9 seconds ahead of Graham Raystrick. His fast lap on the track right now at 18.7. So clicking off some pretty quick laps here. Junior as he works his way back around on the back side of the track here. 3.3 seconds separate him and 3rd. Oh, big mistake right there for Oliver Munier. As he makes a huge mistake, has to go back, turn back around. Oh, and another mistake! All sorts of trouble there for Oliver. Check this out. He catches this inside curve, rolls it up on the lid, comes back onto his wheel, spins across, hits the board. He then has to go back in order not to be penalized. He goes back up into the corner there and then makes a full 180, comes back around, and then after he gets going again, here's his 2nd mistake as he catches yet another curve, sending that car spinning once again. Luckily, no corner marshals needed there. However, that's going to drop him all the way back to the number 4 spot. So a series of misfortunate events there for Munier. Graham Raystrick, though, he takes full advantage of that, moves his way up into the number 2 spot. He is now only 1.2 seconds ahead of Kevin Bacon in 3rd. He's still quite a ways back, though, from Joshua Berman at this point. Berman trying to put 2 full laps on the field. Now we're looking here at Kevin Bacon as he works his way through the infield onto the right-hand side. As you can see, he's 1.1 seconds back from Graham Raystrick right now. 27 minutes into this race. On the back side of the track goes Bacon. Coming back through the infield, we jump up there to Graham Raystrick. Raystrick, of course, all three of these drivers, actually, Berman, Raystrick, and Bacon, no stranger to the VRC World Championships. There you saw Raystrick making his pit stop. Kevin Bacon now going to move up to the number 2 spot. However, he's going to have to make a pit stop as well. And we saw pit strategy in several of the other Nitro events playing major roles in the outcome of the event. And who's to say it won't happen again here in this one. Joshua Berman, your race leader, he pretty well checked out early on here in this one. He's got a full lap on the field, working on 2 laps on the field. As we take another time shift now, 41 minutes into this race with 4 minutes left to go. Joshua Berman has been out front on a lonely Sunday cruise as he's looking for a world championship win. Now, we've seen him in this position before. As we talked about, pit stops could play a part in this one. There's Kevin Bacon. Bacon comes out of the pits right there behind your leader. Now, they are 2 laps apart, though. So Kevin Bacon trying to take that lap back away from your leader, and Joshua Berman says, nah, I'm putting you 2 laps down here in this one. Berman coming down the backstretch there, and there's Kevin Bacon right there as well. And Oliver Munier has now worked up his way up to the number 2 spot, so Bacon actually in 3rd. Here's Oliver, and we saw him early on running in the front of the pack, had that major mistake through that infield section, cost him a lot of time, but he has worked hard and found his way back up to the number 2 spot now. Here comes Kevin Bacon. Down the front stretch he goes. Graham Raystrick in 4th. Gayson in 5th. Still several pit stops for a lot of these drivers to go. That could change things up as we get closer and closer. However, I believe our top 3 are pretty well settled in, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see here whether or not that plays a part in this one. With 42 minutes down, only 3 to go. Now, ooh, a little mistake there for Kevin Bacon. Works his way onto the backside of the track, using every bit of that curve that he can. Bacon 1.1 seconds back from Oliver Munier as he's trying to close the gap up. He wants that number 2 spot. At this point, Joshua Berman with 2 laps on the field. It's going to have to be a catastrophic failure for Joshua Berman to hand over this world championship to anybody else. Berman working his way, I believe that's Berman right there as he comes his way down the front stretch in the yellow car. Of course, he's got 2 laps on Oliver right there behind him. Oliver working his way around right now, 1.3 seconds ahead of Kevin Bacon. Raystrick in 4th, Gayson still in 5th, Crowell in 6th, Andrew Chetty. Landon Gaudier rounding out your field here in this one. Here comes Kevin Bacon down the front straight right now, 43 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go here in this one. Bacon is 1.2 seconds back from Munier in the number 2 spot. Here they come back around onto the right-hand side. And as you can see, it looks like that gap closing up now. Bacon only 0.8 of a second out of second. Chasing down Oliver right now. Oliver trying to deal with some lap traffic. Through the chicane they go. Kevin doing his best to close that gap up. As time is winding down in this one, 1.5 minutes left to go. And there you see your race leader as well, Joshua Berman. So Oliver right now has latched on to your race leader of Joshua Berman. Now Berman again is 2 laps ahead of these drivers, so Berman is not in contention racing with this group. There you see Berman going a little bit wide there, letting some of these guys go, having their own race. 1 minute to go now. Kevin Bacon, 1.1 seconds out of second. Graham Raystrick in the number 4 spot. He's going to be 8.2 seconds back from Bacon. Ben Gates in the number 5 spot. Crowell, Andrew Chetty, Lalande, and Gaudier. 45 seconds left to go now. Kevin Bacon coming down the front stretch here. He qualified 3rd. He is sitting in 3rd. Trying to chase down Oliver Munier in the number 2 spot. Oliver actually qualified in the 6th spot and has worked his way all the way up to 2nd here in this one. Joshua Berman, of course, your top qualifier. Started out front. I don't think at any point in this race he has ever looked back, as he is looking for a pure start-to-finish win here in this one for a world championship title, as 15 seconds left on that master clock here in this one. There you're looking at Kevin Bacon as he works his way through the infield here. 10 seconds left to go. Joshua Berman That is your race leader here in this one. He's got 2 laps on second, a near flawless run. Time has expired. Here he comes around on the right-hand side through the infield. One final time. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Berman, your VRC World Champion. Oliver Munier comes in second, Kevin Bacon third, Graham Raystrick fourth, and Ben Gayson rounding out your top 5.